I'm standing on the corner of Wabansia and Kedzie, and I'm standing out here because something's got to give. What I mean by that is this violence, this terror ripping through our community, and yet, people don't come out and speak against it and walk against it, which is even more important. The physical body, God came down as a man in the flesh, and his name was Jesus, or is Jesus. He did that because it needed to be done. That was the only way that we could really understand his love and his compassion and his power and his willingness to sacrifice and to show that he can sacrifice because he loved us so much, to put himself through that hell. Jesus didn't simply get on a cross. He was hammered into the cross. He was whipped. He was, the crown of thorns. I mean, the pain was horrific. And it wasn't just the physical pain, but the emotional pain as well. And the struggle, because he had a struggle just like any other man. He was living in the flesh. He wasn't in another dimension, up in the clouds, or whatever it is you believe, in the heavenly realm. He was here with us, causing pain to himself, because he didn't need to do that. He could have just said, the hell with all of you. You can all go to hell. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go through this struggle. Yet he did what he did. When you think about that, man, that's huge. That's big. He left us with the Holy Spirit. Who's going to stand in the gap? That's the question. Am I my brother's keeper? If those two things are true, we are our brother's keeper, and we ought to be standing in the gap. And that God has given us the power and authority to be agents of change, and that he can move mountains, and that he can move them, we can move them, because he's given us that power and authority through the Holy Spirit. Then we should be out here, right on this very corner, talking to the young, reaching out to them, and not to make them do something, but to love. That's it. Love on them. That's it. Because loving on them can be the big difference. For me, it was. That's what got me off the streets. It wasn't someone preaching. It was someone being compassionate and understanding and taking the time to get to know me. And so we don't need to be afraid. And if you're afraid, that's okay. But we need to be brave enough and strong enough as believers, if we truly are believers, to step out of our walls, out of our comfort zones,